Now, this illustration deals with fire pumps, where an additional service could be additionally to a normal service that is supplying the building, such as to the left of the illustration. Notice the service point is at the weatherhead where the conductors connect to that overhead drop. Now, that is service number one. A second service could be added for a fire pump. And notice that's in 230.2 A as in Apple 1. One thing I would like to call out here, though, is the information at the very top of the facility. Additional service for a fire pump is very well documented in 230.2A1 and is permissible. But notice that the authority having jurisdiction may not allow two overhead services. They may require the additional service for the fire pump to be an underground service. So the designer using this 230.2A1 to provide at the facility an additional service should check with the authority having jurisdiction, who will check with the utility company. And when everything has been approved, the service could be added. Now notice in the NEC loop, we have overcurrent protection rules in 240.13, item 3, addressing this fire pump. And notice 230.72A exception will allow this fire pump to have its 6 mains or less for that service located remotely from the general service, usually just, or say the normal service, however you want to say that. But usually there is a plaque identifying these services, so the electrician coming out, or a contractor or engineer, for example, will know that there is 2 services supplying this building. And then 230.82.5 would even allow a tap ahead of the main where the authority having jurisdiction would permit it. When we get into 230.90A, exception 4, then we know that a fire pump overcurrent device can be set or sized to allow the fire pump to operate until failure. And then, of course, it would clear the circuit at that time and not do any damage to the power supply. It would still, the transformer would still be supplying power to that particular overcurrent device. And then 230.6 deals with rules. It says the conduit is considered outside the building, as you see illustrated. Entering the building, then it could go any distance because we have a disconnecting means on the outside. If the disconnecting means was inside the building, then immediately entering the building or emerging out of the concrete, then usually the service equipment for that fire pump and disconnect is set up. And then we would comply with Article 695 in NFPA 20. Now, we will get into what is called reliable power as we get on into this presentation. And basically, reliable power and what is considered reliable power is found in NFPA 20 for fire pumps. And it's when the service collectively for 4 hours has not gone down in a collective manner. And then the authority having jurisdiction, along with the engineer, the installing contractor, and electrician, could say, well, this service is reliable because it has not gone down in 4 hours collectively in a year. But we'll get to that later. I just wanted to call your attention to it. But this illustration, 6-1, is just basically addressing fire pumps in accordance with 230.2A as in Apple 1, where additional service could be provided to supply the fire pump.